brothers and sisters, generals, fellow spell breakers, as Lord Lamont came up with. And welcome to another EBX and Lord Lamont show. Thus, EBX discussion and salute to one's family and brothers and sisters, children in the world and online. May that great divine just protect us, keep us strong and prospering. And I always got to give honor to thy ancestors, far and near. Man, it falls so very hard to get many of us in that great divine space that a lot of us, think that great divine that we are in. And that's brother or sister that was a warrior, that built this country, this world that we're living in, And salute to my brothers and sisters and family I've been connecting with on Facebook. I've been on here lately. As I said in the past, I haven't posted nothing on Facebook probably since 2023. So I recently posted something just to connect with family and friends and see how everybody doing, because I know a lot of us have family and friends that have transitioned, so I went on there and said, Brother EBXCARES, and just gave a salute to the brothers and sisters and family, that have been in my life and have had experience with. Some I grew up with, some not. Some I may have just connected with online. But it's wonderful, when great divine guides us in the right direction and keep our mind where it's supposed to be, and we're in them righteous circles, we'll connect to the right ones, because we'll know who's who because of what? Because our intuition will kick right on in. That's a great gift from that great divine, And sometimes, the human body, we're not perfect. Sometimes brother and sister can make a mistake. But when we're clinging to that divine spirit deep in the belly of our soul, it'll step into the spot sometimes we might miss, because great divine knows we're human, but it also knows our heart and our intentions. So salute and keep that fire within, brother, sister, and family. But again, salute family and brothers and sisters I connected with on Facebook, and it was friends I grew up with, and just family. And again, because a lot of us, some of us, there's people, our loved ones, some of them are not with us. So I just wanted to post that, and sending, like I told a brother that commented on there, that post I made, I told him sending out positive vibes, because it's just so much crap going on in this world. So somebody got to be positive. So I'm not going to let the world make me fucking negative at all. So, but one will be firm, as we should be as a general, and that's male, female, brother, or sister. But don't mean we have to be hateful or harm anyone. We stay steadfast, because remember, divine and mama nature are powerful. So they don't take those two forces. That's how we got to be. We firm. We don't hurt nobody. Not hard or tough. Nothing like that. Just firm. Not taking no shit from no fucking devil. Real talk. All right. But salute to sisters and brothers I've connected with that I haven't met, on Facebook. So I've been connecting with some wonderful spiritual sisters on Facebook. Again, you're in them righteous circles. Great divine will bring, some great warriors on our path, whether it's family, brother, or sister. So I want to give a salute to a sister I read. It was about divine masculine, a sister I connected with. Her name was Anne Marie Glanville, and I pronounced her name wrong. I said Glanville. It's Glanville. And salute to her. She has some wonderful quotes and posts and stuff. So, and another sister I want to give a salute to, who is very, very unique and very powerful. Sister Nefertiti Offset Ra. I love that name. It's a unique name. I'm going to say it again. Sister Nefertiti or Tai. It's either Nefertiti Offset Ra. Asa Ra. Yeah, I'm going to spell it. It's Nefertiti Nefertiti Offset Ra. And if I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me. Because it wasn't a Greek. Well, I got to do my research because I don't want to say nothing wrong. But Nefertiti, that name, we've heard that name. It sounds familiar. But I got to do my research. I know what it is, but I don't want to say nothing wrong right now, because that's something I definitely haven't researched, that name. But she's wonderful, and she's bold, and she speaks her mind. So salute to that. I love sisters like that, and I also love funny sisters. That's something I be wanting to, that be in my spirit sometimes. And And thank those for coming in. Current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. I salute you and thank you. I just like to have a little positive intro before we get into the meat of the show. You know what I mean? And salute to Lord Lamont. And we were going to do morning podcasts, and we will in the future, but I got to kind of work my way into it, because got to have meditation time, and I don't like a busy, full schedule. You got to have that time in there where we meditate, because that's where that centering and connecting to ourselves, to Mama Nature and Great Divine comes in. We got to have our centering days, got to make sure that compass is on point, So I told him maybe, we going to stick to just Saturdays for right now. Maybe, because I don't want to be saying, yes, let's do something. But in my mind, I know, because, again, we got to keep ourselves centered. Don't fill up our schedule too much, got to stay flowing, So I did text him and tell him that. And I know he was probably looking forward to the mornings. But, and I know he looks forward to the mornings, but I had to, because like I said, sometimes things be busy. So, I don't want to say I want to do something and really don't. So, but we still going to keep it going. We're going to just keep it on Saturdays, because I got to have my meditation time and things come up sometimes. And, so just got to be honest with ourselves. And, but we're going to get into the show and salute to those sisters I name. And, we're going to get to the show. And hold that thought, brothers and sisters. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I did have to click off. You might not be able to tell in the podcast, but I did click off for a minute. I actually had a important phone call that I had to take. It was actually from one of my divine daughters concerning the kids in school and stuff like that. But it was an important call. I had to take it. But again, salute to those sisters that I mentioned. Again, which I'll be reading something. Sister Anne Marie Glanville, and I'll be reading something. She always has the dopest quotes on her page. And again, salute to brothers, sisters, and family that I connected with yesterday. It was wonderful, And just remembering those who aren't with us, as I always say, I don't play with our ancestors. And again, salute to Sister Nefertiti Offset Ra, if I said that right. And again, she's a very powerful sister. So let's get into it, brothers and sisters, generals, spell breakers, divine, just getting started. When we have tapped in to our divine spirit and finally know who we are, emphasis on finally know who we are, we haven't even touched the surface of the power we can manifest and develop. When we learn this, we stay on this journey for a while, stay away from toxic things and stay focused. Divine, just getting started, brothers and sisters, and stay on this path. We'll know when we know. It'll be in our soul if we paying attention to signs, synchronicities, dreams, and staying on point. Make it a practice. Do it every day. And then we'll maintain that solid divine focus. It's wonderful. Solid divine focus where nothing can penetrate it, break it, discourage, nothing, Now, practicing on one's mind, body, and soul is a beautiful thing, when we experience it. And our goals is results in ourselves, brother, sister, and family as we connect and get in this world and go through whatever journey we're on, because that's something that I'm adamant on. Everyone's on their own journey. Let's just thank that great divine for those who choose a righteous journey or just an upright human being. The spiritual will come once we conquer that human flesh, because I like to say, the human flesh, man, it can be a challenge sometimes, but when we conquer it, man, we can breathe in life and we begin to see. And again, divine just getting started, real talk. Man, used to like to say, if divine, Mama Nature, if the things that we want in life, if we got everything we wanted, some of us would have a heart attack. We would drop, because I always compare that divine spirit to the sun. Can't even get close to it. So that's why we have to refine ourselves through the fire, as I said on the last podcast. So we have to go through that fire and be honest. In the pit of our soul, we'll just love ourselves better, and we have a fresher and better connection to that spiritual world, brothers and sisters, family, even when it's not easy, even through the so-called storms. Stand firm like an oak tree. You know, study the oak tree. I did a podcast about the oak tree. It's on our channel here somewhere. And before I finish, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about Lord Lamont and I. You know, we will do mornings in the future. I just, I got to make sure that I'm honest with myself, because, as speaking and, when you do have a desire to kind of inspire others, got to make sure we right within, keep ourselves right, healthy, mind, body, and soul. It's important because, as I love to say, we have to be healthy so we can carry out whatever purpose Great Divine calls us whatever purpose the Great Divine calls us to do or be on, and it's wonderful. So, but salute to Lord Lamont. We've came a long way, and his dad got him, just gotta make sure. I just gotta have those meditation times. I gotta have that. That's how we stay a warrior and a general and a spell breaker in those pivotal meditative times. I'm telling you. All right, but let's getting back to solid divine focus. Man, when we tap into that power and we can feel it, that goosebump feeling, when we wake up inspired, and we don't have to search for the inspiration. It's just in our spirit, over time, it becomes normal, like divine, amazing signs and amazing divine things we see. When we're in the right, it becomes normal, but when you're fresh coming into it, it can, like learning yourself and healing and dealing with the pain within. Those all can be weird and discomfort. And let me tell you, the human flesh is a mother hubber. So, man, conquer that human flesh. I'm telling you, it's like a firewall. But once you go through it, man, you feel so refined and so fresh. And that you'll tap into that reflection every so often. Like, man, I'm so glad I made the right choice that propelled us to get us to where we are. And that choice could come through a physical action, a mental action. It could be something we was inspired by, person, place, thing, because that matters too. It just depends on the circles that we are in, what we have in our soul, what we view every day, what we see, hear, and feel. That's important. Win that battle in that psyche, brothers and sisters, without a doubt, no doubt at all. Fuck the devil. I love saying that. Fuck the devil, make him flee. Remember, the devil is a parasite. So if it don't have a host, it has nothing to work on, But we got right in our heart. That's something Great Divine has something they can work with. And once we step into that power, after the layers and the levels and the hardship and knowing ourselves and accepting our quirks, and if it's not too bad now, I'm not talking about accepting toxic things about ourselves. That's not good for ourselves or no one else, like someone just evil, rotten to the core. That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about just little minor adjustments one has to make in order to step into that great divine power. But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters and family, it's beautiful. And this could take years. I can attest to that. But when we do, man, divine, just get started, brothers and sisters. We'll start seeing synchronicities. We'll start seeing signs. Sometimes divine power can scare you, but step into it. If it's righteous, though, nothing bad. And discussion my son, Lord Lamont, and I had about you got to watch where those blessings come from. Make sure it's a divine blessing, not nothing out of desperation or manipulation, any of things of that nature. Stay away from shit like that so we can stay solid in our divine focus, brothers and sisters, because it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be, but it's easier said than done, and just flow with it, in a small space, big space. I always love to say, if we get stuck and stagnant in what's before us, we'll never ever see what's beyond. That's something you hear me say 1,000 times on this channel. No matter what we come into, and we will come into challenges. We will come into challenges, excuse me. That's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But that's what will keep us centered and keep us looking above and beyond, thus politics, celebs, crooked folks, people just looking to be seen all the time and look at me. And, I've learned to have fun with social media. I'm going back to when it was fun. I've taken my mind, body, and soul back to that, having fun with it, not searching for things or needing things. Because Great Divine, gives one what one needs. I wouldn't be standing here speaking right now if it wasn't for that great divine sending blessings and jewels through brothers and sisters and family, because some help along the way do come through people. So great divine, well, when we're connected to a divine spirit, we never forget where our jewels helped us, especially if it propelled us, whether it was a jewel that was spoken or it was a physical thing that helped us. I remember all the things that helped me in my life, whether it was person, place, thing, and we grab that torch and keep going and just accept who we are and keep it moving. And man, and never stop maintaining that solid divine focus, because it's beautiful when that third eye is wide open and we ain't let nothing interfere with that peace that we have fought so very hard to get to. It's lovely to get to that, and I love doing it, not looking to get anything, just getting what great divine put in our spirit. Remember, there's many skills, many gifts that great divine has for any one of us. Just tap into it, and again, it's a lot of things that's been in us the whole time, just stepping into the unknown, as Lord Lamont and I spoke on, and doing different things and exploring stuff, not thinking we're dumb or not thinking we're intelligent, just us, not trying to be intelligent, but be intelligent, and it's wonderful. I learned that from the great Bruce Lee. He said, get into the pit of our soul where that divine honesty lives in our subconscious. And that's where we teach from the belly of that soul, brothers. It's wonderful, even through the discomfort, and it's not easy. It's wonderful. You feel better. Again, let that fire refine us, as I said in a recent podcast. It's beautiful. And you'll know when you know, because great divine is it's just beautiful how that force moves. We'll never really understand or understand that cosmic world, but somehow, some way, we'll know. It lets us know in our gut and in signs and in things, because as I say, and I'm sure many people have experienced doing right things and some happen out of nowhere. Like, wow, I think we all have experienced something like that, whether we knew what it was or not. Some kind of divine moment that shifted our life. I think we all have experienced something like that, and it's much more to come. I'm telling you, divine just getting started with those who know who they are and are on fire, and our generals who are righteous generals out here, and have a solid divine focus. It's beautiful. Yeah. So, and again, salute to those sisters and brothers and sisters I connected with on Facebook yesterday. It was really great. I love being positive, even when it's not easy. It's just something in us. It's just something in me. I can't speak for everybody, but as a brother, me, it's just something in me that won't let me be bad, evil, rotten, or hateful, or jealous, or envy. I couldn't be that if I wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't feel right. That's just something, a gift that great divine, and it's just not just me, a lot of us. It's just a great shield and protection great divine put in me, and that's a vow I make to that great divine, that I will stay on this purpose no matter what, and maintain that gift that it has given all of us, really, that solid divine focus, and listen to what that divine tells one, not what the world tells one, because it can be challenging. That's why you have to shut everything out for a moment, not shut people down or shut people out. But I'm talking about if you feel now, because I'm human too, I feel emotions just like everybody else, but we get better at channeling our emotions and understanding them. So if we feel, because anxiety is never good, and we can feel it in our gut. So when we get to that point in our life, if we feel a little hinkling of overwhelm or anything, or it's like too many voices speaking, you have to stop, block everything, get in our meditation, get away from everything, and get quiet not for a few minutes. You need a good hour, real talk, a good hour of quiet and meditation, and then come back, and then we'll have a different view through that we'll have that divine lens. We'll see that after we come out of that meditation, be surprised. That's why I said an hour. Do an hour meditation every day. And by the way, good day, good morning. I say good day, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time zone you're in. Those meditative moments in our life when we really get into deep thought and work things out and stuff like that, those are the most pivotal moments in our life, real talk, and they're very, very important. So we learn this. We're still on this journey, and that's how we keep a solid divine focus. Do what great divine called us to do. Not with no one on what something else says we should do coming from the world, because we know the world, the ways and sways of the world can be very, very powerful, as well as social media, as we all talk about. But as I said a few minutes ago, I went back to having fun to social media. I discuss deep things and share deep things, but I'm getting back to having fun with social media and tap into our sense of humor too and laugh, and don't let being deep consume us too much, But those who are warriors and been on the, and are very aware and sharp, we won't lose track on this purpose. But don't forget the joy and the fun and the laugh, and don't forget that part too, But we'll never lose our divine focus ever. You know why? Because it's too dang on solid. So, and if we think we're powerful now, like I said, divine just getting started. Believe me, trust me, real talk. Not believe, know thyself. As I learned from some great teachers. I didn't know that at one time, but that inspired me to look deeper into things like that. Knowing oneself, man, like I said, it could be a challenge. It really can. Easier said than done. But when we do get to that, and we like, man, and we just, as a brother, you get into that old man phase. I'm coming into that phase where you get to that point where you don't give a fuck no more. And I'm talking about respectfully. And we listen to what that divine say, and not what the world say, because a lot of our powerful attributes came from that great divine through the DNA of our grandparents and parents. But the top teacher and the top two parents is that divine and mama nature. Facts, So that's who gives us that mystical power, that unknown world, that cosmic things that we see in our dreams. That's that divine, So that's what we cling to. And I was telling Lord Lamont, it was a dream I was having. I said I felt like I was trapped in a maze and couldn't get out. Yep. So I looked that up, and it's a challenge that's in my subconscious. It might be something tinkering around in my spirit I don't know about. That's why we get into meditation and or deep prayer. It will come up, So it's just things on the outside that it tries to pull on us, but we stay with it. We stay steadfast. We stay solid divine focus, and do what we got to do and pinpoint every challenge as it comes. Never take on too much, just flow naturally, and assess things and handle our business as it comes. Never let anxiety enter our body at all, ever. Stay strong, real talk. But at the same time, like I said, don't forget joy and having fun, but strong, firm discipline at the same time. It's beautiful. If we study and practice these things, on a daily, whether we got a job or not, be who we are. I'm telling you, it feels better, and it's good for our immune system when we're man, just so full on, just honest with our soul. It's beautiful, because everywhere we go, there we are. And I like to say, wherever the mind goes, the body goes. So study our body inside and out. Real talk. Can never go wrong. Yep. Because that power we've stepped in, just getting started, brothers and sisters. Divine. We haven't even touched the surface. Trust me. All right. So I'm going to get into a lovely hip hop break stimulation. And I want to read a jewel a sister shared on Facebook. And again, her name is Sister Anne Marie Glanville. But let's get to this hip hop break, because it's good stimulation, Yeah, got my little. I don't drink a lot of coffee, but I do got my little coffee this morning. Mornings are great, and this is a form of meditation. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, I love the discussions Lord Lamont and I have, but this is part of my meditation too. Sometimes we just, because this is to me, this is kind of like talking to that divine too. And, it's just wonderful to have spell breakers and generals join in and listen. It's like we're all, we listening to each other's energy and vibrations and feel each other's divine vibrations and energy, but we're also speaking to that divine spirit. So, because the same things I speak about, on these videos and podcasts and music is the same thoughts I have when I'm by myself. So this is a form of meditation. Just thought I'd want to make that clear. So I don't want, Lord Lamont to think that I don't want to do, morning podcasts with him or nothing, but I had to have my own meditation times. That's it. But again, I love the discussions me and him have, but every now and then I just want to meditate with that great divine and just speak to him with just me and him, get into one's thoughts. So again, this is how I keep oneself strong and keep myself sane and focused, on the right things of life. When I get into my own spirit, so I can stay who I'm supposed to be, and keep that solid divine focus. But everything I teach here, even if it's aggressive, whether I cuss or not, it's always going to come from a place of divine love, So, because great divine loves us through everything, even when we don't deserve it. So ponder that. So I'm going to carry that same love, but firm, not naive or stupid or nothing like that. Just a firm, understanding, overstanding, and understanding love. All right. First song is Creativity, which we all have if we tap into it, big or small, wherever we at. And it's more than just a platform. Yep, but it's beautiful if we do have an outlet, because it's good to get things up out of us. It's better out than in, as far as getting things out of our soul that need to be out, when I say that. But it's definitely good to reason with oneself deep in the bowels of our soul. Be surprised what come up. Yep, being honest is a beautiful thing, even when it's not easy, folks, because I don't want to make like these things are easy. It can be challenging. But it's so, when that righteous circle come back around, it's beautiful. All right, because life is like a full circle. Something me and Lord Lamont always say. All right, first song is Creativity. And the next one, both of these I played before. The next one is Rebel in E. It's in me, in you, and all of us, if we stick to that warrior spirit. Creativity, first song. Be back after this.
Brothers and sisters, tap into our gift, our skill. There's a trillion billion gifts that great divine has for us. So step into it.
Gotta take the time, you will be so surprised what we can have that's deep inside. Creativity, yeah, you and me. Gotta take the time, we will be so surprised what we will find that's deep inside. Creativity, yeah, you and me. I'm thinking that great divine was in one's mind, and I'm making sure we here and doing fine, and yeah, seeing here and being real, and yeah, work that gift or that skill, and yeah, in me and family, and we be in these streets, man, a righteous beast, and yeah, expression and all confessions, and being true, and that is the lesson. Gotta reach inside, we will be so surprised what we can find that's deep inside. Creativity, yeah, you and me. I keep on staying on these beats, and I make us see, and yeah, what's going on, trying to stay free. But you know, that is a state of mind, and we flowing smooth, and never ever grind. And your protection from that great divine, and yeah, for yours, and yeah, mine. I keep on blowing through, with that good news, and fierce with this power, and no type of blues. Creativity, gotta take the time, we will be so surprised what we can find that's deep inside. Creativity, yeah, you and me. Gotta take the time, we will be so surprised what we can find that's deep inside. Creativity, And yeah, you and me gotta take the time. We will be so surprised what we can find that's deep inside. Yeah. Creativity.
Real talk, brothers and sisters. Creativity. Gotta take the time and to reach deep inside. What we will find, we will be so surprised. Real talk. I love music. Yep, next song is Rebel in E. And I want to call down a little protection on my children, my daughters and my sons, my biological and my divine, children. May that great divine protect them, keep them strong wherever they are in that part of the world right now. Just had to bring that up. And again, that's my biological children and my divine children, my daughters and my son. May that great divine just, protect them, keep them from any evil or harm, even though they're going to have human mistakes, protect them, keep them strong and prospering, as well as divine family and biological family. I like to do that, I even do this when I'm not speaking, Again, the things I say and speak and what me and Lord Lamont talk about, these are things I'm either thinking on my own or he and I may discuss off the mic, so, and it's just wonderful. But be a rebel, brothers and sisters, righteously. Be a rebel for that great divine. Let none stop us, because that's who has a say overall at the end of the day. That's who rules this planet, brothers and sisters. Great divine and Mama Nature, hands down. They run this shit. Not no devil, not no politicians, not no wicked, weak as that be. No, great divine, Mama Nature runs this shit. So that's what it gives us, that solid divine focus. All right, so, and when we step into that truth, as I said, I stepped into my old man phase, get to a point where we don't care no more. We about that truth and being ourselves, and that's it. So next song, Rebel in E. Let me see what's going on. Okay. Okay, hold on. Forgive me, brothers and sisters, for the pause. Seems like it's acting crazy. Okay. Rebel in E. Here we go, brothers and sisters. Be back after this, and we're going to get back into the power of that great divine. Just getting started. Be back after this. Shit. Wake up music. Shit. Never stop. For that great divine. Let's go. Salute. There's a rebel in E. I never lose that love. That's deep in deep. Brothers and sisters. There's a rebel in E. I never ever lose that love. That's deep in deep. Brothers and sisters. There's a rebel in E. Keep on grooving, never no losing. Do exactly what I gotta do and get that love from up above. Try one best, man, to be a good bruh. Never low, I stay on our toes. In this life while we on the go. I keep that divine in our mind. Man, I promise you we'll be fine. Always see our family in these streets. But we gotta be a beast. There's so much death and murder going on. And in this life, man, we gotta stay strong. That's why I do this in these songs, in that great divine zone. Never will stop, we're never alone. Yeah, there's a rebel in E, but I never lose that love. That's deep in deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brothers and sisters, there's a rebel in E. Yeah, I never ever lose that love. It's so deep in deep. Brothers and sisters. Right, life has made me stronger, never wonder. I know what is in my gut. I hear never looking down, man, I keep us a looking up. Good energy is all I see. I try one best to be a good E. I never will stop, you never know fit. You're in this life, I never quit, go. There's a rebel in E. I never lose that love. It's so deep in deep. Go. There's a rebel in E, yeah, but I never lose that love. So deep in deep, yeah. Brothers and sisters, yeah. There's a rebel in E, but I never lose that love. So deep in deep, go, yeah. There's a rebel in E. I never lose that love.
so deep in thee.
Real talk, brothers and sisters. Never lose that love, you know. As I said, Great Divine has loved us through everything. Mama Nature protects us every day again, like we don't even know it. That's why, again, that's why we have dreams. We got to pay attention to them dreams. I mean, I say that a lot. I'm telling you, I just had a dream last night. It wasn't a bad dream, but it's some challenging. I don't know. It's just letting you. It's like a warning. You know, that's why we had to pay attention to our dreams. You know, it tells us things. Like I said, signs, synchronicities, deja vu. Yeah, gotta pay attention to things like that. And again, the dream I had last night. See if I can remember it. Let me see. It's dreams. I told Lord Lamont, like I said a little earlier in the podcast, I had dreams about me being stuck in a maze, and I looked that up, and it said it's a challenge within that needs to be dealt with. There's something in my subconscious, and I kind of know what that is. It's just things on the outside. A lot of times, it's just things we have meditated on or thinking about that's been kind of buried, so to speak. So actually, be thankful, Great Divine brings up things in our dreams, because, you know, as I say, the human body, sometimes maybe we suppress stuff and don't know we're suppressing it. You know, I'm telling you, the subconscious mind, man, the subconscious period, it's an amazing place. It really is. It's interesting. It really is. When you get to tinkering around with that body and seeing how you really tick, you're like, whoa. Because again, it can be amazing, but sometimes it can kind of scare you, you know. So in the dream I had last night, it was another one of those challenging dreams. So that's why we got to have that solid divine focus. And again, look up our dreams. It'll help us to kind of understand, overstand, and understand that cosmic world. Because I truly feel that in one soul, that there is a cosmic world out there. And dreams play a big part of it. It really does. And predicting, having somewhat of a prediction in the future, but taking it serious, not just, you know, getting on a podium and thinking we're holier than thou and think we're prophesize and all. No, really get serious about it. And and another thing, a lot of times when we do have dreams, keep it to ourselves for a little while, kind of meditate about it so we can understand what it really means and what it is, you know. So, because a lot of times I have dreams, I don't even speak on it, you know. So, because I always say, folks, you want the most, if you really want to tap into our divine power and really have divine things happen in our life, the best connection, the most powerful connections is those silent moments with that divine when no one else is around. That's that secret. That's the secret to that power. Those secret times, those meditations, because that's when we can hear. You know, that's why we hear so much about our most powerful philosophers. That's why they say you have to shut out the noise. I mean, I know we hear that a lot, but that's the reason. So we can hear that divine voice in our soul that will direct our compass in the right direction, you know, and keep a solid divine focus at all costs. All right. So I just wanted to share that in a little protection I had before the song. And this is me on the banner here, I meant to mention, and the thumbnail. It's actually videos I did. I just kind of screenshotted pictures from it. You know, every now and then I show my face. And again, I will show live video footage too, and Lord Lamont. But I just wanted to show my face sometimes, and you know, just what comes up in my spirit, and just letting the listeners or the viewers, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, our fellow spell breakers, see your brother face. And because I know I don't show it a lot, but yeah. And the picture on the banner here, that was a video I did called "Success is a State of Mind," and I think the one on the thumbnail, that's when I was outside. It was a beautiful day that day, matter of fact, when I had the beautiful leaves. And it's wonderful when we can notice nature, because nature sees us all day, every day. Real talk. It's amazing things will come about if we take the time and really focus on nature. Solid divine focus, that is. And yeah, that's what that was on the thumbnail. And I think that was like part 2. Yeah, I made 2 of them. That was part 2 of Success is a State of Mind, actually. And that's right here on one's channel, actually. And that's actually video footage. And that was like in the beginning stages of me starting to speak, because I've made little short video clips like back in the beginning stages of Facebook and all that. I just, you know, it's like little steps here and there, you know, Because again, I will never let nothing stop me from putting out positive energy, even through the storms, even through one's own challenges. Because I too go through challenges as well as learning. As I always say, leaders and teachers with a student spirit, I'm learning with you. As I love to say, I suggest, teach, and give advice, because we learn something new every day. And learning is fun. It's good. It's good for the mental. Fun to the mental. Thank you, Professor Griff. That's where I remember learning that from. So salute to all the great warriors, that had played a part in my life. That's family, brothers and sisters in the world, online. I'm talking about the righteous warriors who meant well in the intentions of that soul and know that divine. All right, so let's get into it, leaders and teachers with a student spirit. And again, salute to Sister Nefertiti Offset Ra. And I'm telling you, she bold. She is, man. She is no holds barred. There's no fear. And when you listen to her, she's very bold. So thank her. And she showed me some support and everything. I love that. Yep. And salute to Anne Marie Glanville. And I'm gonna read a jewel that she had on her Facebook page. But before I do that, I want to give some salutes. A salute to a rest in peace and empower to KRS-One's wife. And I think she. Yeah, okay, here we go. I don't know how recent this was. Let me see. Okay. This is I think her name was Miss Melody was his name. She was in that song called Stop the Violence, Self-Destruction. She was in that. I've done a podcast on that, actually. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that in the end screen because I talked about that in that KRS-One on the thumbnail and banner. But let's go. Rest in peace and empower. And I do think her name was Miss Melody. Yeah, let's go. She helped shape a legend, then vanished from the culture. She helped build No Headlines, No Help Gone at 43. Rest in peace and empower. Yeah. So I had to do more research on it. But yeah, that was, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was KRS-One's wife. So salute to her. Because, yeah, she definitely was a part of hip hop. She was at the foundation of it. Yeah, okay. And I want to give a rest in peace and empower to Pimp C. Texas rapper Pimp C passed away at the age of 33, 18 years ago. And this post was probably about a week old, 2 weeks old. So, yeah, 18 years ago. Rest in peace and empower, Pimp C, because y'all know I love hip hop. And I'll put that because I spoke on that. They was telling us then. That was the title of it. And when it was the Head of Self-Destruction podcast I did. So I'll put that in the end screen. And I'll probably a father and son discussion, Lord Lamont and I did. I put that in the end screen. And I'll probably put Conquer Our Life Part 2 is where I had the depiction of it was all in purple. And it was a depiction of the road heading toward the city, moving real slow. And it represented just flowing on the journey, not over anxious, just enjoying the blessings of that great divine, what we have, All right. Because there's some people that don't have anything, real talk. So, all right. So I just wanted to speak on that sister, Miss Melody, I think that was her name. But forgive me if that's not her name, but I do remember, I think that was her name, but forgive me if that's not. Rest in peace and in power. And Pimp C, who was real, a lot of conspiracies around his death, as we all know, but that'll be on another podcast. I've done a podcast with him too. Matter of fact, I put that in the end screen. I've done a podcast with Pimp C. His picture is right on the banner and thumbnail. So that'll go in the end screen. I won't put the father and son discussion. I'll do that on another podcast. But that's on our channel, Conquer Our Life Part 2. But I'll put the one about Pimp C in the end screen. He got on all red. And I'll do the podcast I did about, they was telling us then, the song about self-destruction. And those two will be in the end screen. So salute. To all the great warriors who are no longer with us. Brother, sister, body may lay to rest, but the spirit will live on through us. All right, so let's get to this jewel. Sister Anne Marie Glanville drop. Let's go. This is what she posted. All right. Being mentally free is the ability to choose not to react. We are not what others say about us or what we momentalize. I momentarily. My bad. That's a word I actually ain't said in a while. Let's start over, folks. Okay. Being mentally free is the ability to choose not to react. We are not what others say about us, nor what the momentarily feel. We are the awareness that observes it all without becoming it. Yep, momentarily. Nor what we momentarily feel. We are the awareness that observes it all without becoming it. A free mind needs no revenge and no approval, only wholeness or peace. And that's it. That's the goal. No, the result of wholeness or peace. The results in ourselves, our children, family, significant other. Focus on that righteous circle or that righteous ripple effect. What we can do right where we are. And again, don't always look at a big scale. Do it right where we are. Great divine will bring us through. Great divine will make us shine in due time. And I wasn't trying to rhyme, but it just is what it is. It's in my spirit. I love hip hop. It comes up without even trying. See? Still rhyming. That's how great divine works. See how that spirit showing an example through me, through that rhyming? And I wasn't doing that on purpose. See? That's how great divine is. It just show up and show out. The power a lot of us have possessed. Again, divine just getting started. So stay with it. But don't become cocky, arrogant. Be righteously humble, but not naive. But be humble about the gifts we possess, whatever that is. Because there's a trillion billion gifts, abilities, and skills. We got to know that. And that's how we'll keep and maintain that solid divine focus. Hands down. Facts. So again, salute to family, brothers, and sisters I have connected with recently. And that sister I just read from. I appreciate that, And family, because parts of our family have got us to where we are too. Don't leave our family out. They are a part of Black history too, All right, so let's move on over from our leaders and teachers with a student spirit. I got 4 spell breaker statements, and I'm going to salute your divine warrior zone to your divine life. And again, I love red. That's why I got this on the banner here. And just again, that was the video I said success is a state of mind, because it really is. And the thumbnail was when I was at the park or something like that. And the beautiful leaves. I love the beautiful leaves. I should have made that the banner. But again, just wanted to show one's face and just want to share inspiration. And as I told my brother in that comment, and the brother I told that to was his name was Terrence Warnsley, brother I grew up with. And he commented, "What up, bro?" No, he said, "What it do, brother?" And I replied, "Just sending positive vibes." See, still rhyming. See what I'm saying? And I had a couple of other brothers I grew up with. Another brother named Jeffrey Florinoid I grew up with, and a few sisters that commented I grew up with. I mean, my brother Marlon. Salute to my brother Marlon and my brother I got 2 brothers. My brother Marlon and salute to my brother Cadius. And my sister Shahina. And my brother Marlon is on my mom's side. And my brother Cadius is on my dad's side. And my dad, rest in peace and in power, as well as others in one's family that's no longer with us. Yeah, so it was just nice to connect. And like I said, I haven't posted in since 2023. So I just wanted to see how everybody doing, and just let those that care about me, let them know that I care, even though I keep to myself and in silence. But I'm always thinking about the warriors within my meditative silence, that divine protection. I told you that secret connection with that great divine is in silence and meditative moments. I guarantee you. All right. Again, leaders and teachers with a student spirit. Let's get to these 4 spell breaker statements. Focus. Number 1, focus on our own path and or purpose, whatever that is. Don't let outside events, person, place, or thing, especially if it's not good for us, sway us and take us off our path, especially if it's righteous. Great divine called us to a certain place we are right now for a reason, especially if we're in a righteous space. Even if it's small, it can become big, but let's make it shine through that divine, All right, spellbreaker statement number 2. We are who we choose to be. Righteous is not easy, but it's always the best. All day, every day. Always choose righteousness, even when it's not easy. And again, when we connected to that divine, we know how powerful that cosmic world is. Our intuition will come without this. That's a part of it. So we'll know what to give our energy to and what not, but never lose ourselves in the process. Please, I'm begging you. We are who we choose to be. Righteous is not easy, but it's best all day, every day. Again, remember how powerful divine and mama nature is. They're gentle, but also powerful. So we are parallel with those two forces. We be loving, but firm. All right. Spellbreaker statement number 3. The power of that divine is in all of us. When I say all of us, yes, all of us. That's how that great divine works. It's just, again, melanated, brothers and sisters. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. We should know this. We have a different magnetism, and that's not theory. That's facts. All right, because we can get closer to the sun. So that's what brings download. But if the deeper you are with your spirit, with yourself, the more powerful, or you'll get downloads. All right. So spellbreaker statement number 4, last but not least. Nothing can break what great divine creates. Facts. So if the divine is in your craft and your skill, and you're not toxic, and you're healing, and you're building, and you're fighting through the pain, and you're still able to stand like an oak tree through any storm, I'm telling you, nothing can break what a great divine create. So we all divinely created, but those two forces, what like mama nature and divine, leaves the righteous choices up to us. So don't take that God give us free will the wrong way or too far, because as I love to say, great divine and mama nature will spank that ass, because I don't give a fuck who we are. None of us are above great divine and mama nature. So stay positive, stay strong, but loving at the same time. And as I said a little while ago, don't forget to have fun and laugh too. Okay? Don't let ourselves become too deep. Remember that we're human. Don't let this world, now we got to stay focused. We got to protect our families and children. We have families out here, I know, but don't let this world let us forget that we're human beings and we can laugh and have joy too. Because sometimes, and this for me too, sometimes being too deep can make us become a fucking robot. And again, this for me too. We gotta have that joy and fun too. But when it's time to handle business, when it comes to this world, of course, we're gonna be generals and spell breakers without a doubt. So I just wanted to share that, because I don't want us weak. I want us strong. Deep within, so our shell can be strong. It won't be no shell. It'll be a shield. I'll quote what KRS One said, since I mentioned his wife. Rest in peace and empire. And she really died at a young, transition at a young age. Man, 43. Wow. And she was one of the founders of hip hop as far as an impact. So yeah, Miss Melody. Yeah, if I said her name right, I think that's her name. If I didn't say her name right, forgive me. Yeah, but like KRS One said, this could take steps. This we have to go through the layers, as we always say, and I always say, this could take a lifetime. But once it's connected to that spirit, once the real being speaks within our core, I'm quoting KRS One. Once the real being speaks, then all nature and universe responds. But only then will it respond, to something righteous, So it's beautiful when we do get to that real space in the pit of our core, and do whatever we need to do out here, in this life, our personal life, staying away, deflecting the ways and sways of social media and having fun with it. That's how I'm saying. I'm going back to having fun with it, not letting it consume me and not think I got to be seen and trying to show off, none of that. Just, enjoying those who enjoy me at the end of the day and having righteous results. That's the goal, So thank those for coming in to another EBX and Lord Lamont show. And there will be a Father and Son discussion Saturday. And we will have some mornings, but I got to be honest about that. Old brother E got to have his meditative time. I got to have my meditative moments to keep myself right, Yep, got to be honest with ourselves. We just love ourselves better later, and so will others. And respect is a beautiful thing. Yep. So thank those for coming in again to another EBX and Lord Lamont show, thus EBX discussion. And thanks for giving your time, taking time out of your day, because through the mix of toxic people out here, we do got some wonderful warriors out here too. So stay great, stay strong, connect with our families when we can. Let nothing take away that divine love within, brothers and sisters. Stay as cleansed as we possibly can, and be ready for those blessings that will come, because they will come without a doubt. Because the power we have stepped into, is too solid now. Once we step into it, and there's a lot of us that are at this space, solid divine focus can't be broken, can't break it, can't penetrate it. Too late now. The divine relationship is the best relationship one can have. Nothing can break what a great divine create. Facts. So the power that we have stepped into, if you have, divine moments and synchronicities, if you experience them things, like I said, folks, great divine is just getting started. Salute. Has been brought to you by Mama Nature and that great divine.